Welcome back to my channel, everyone. You know how much I love crystals and geodes and all things sparkly, and I have made a ton of those using resin previously. But in today's video, we are going to be trying to make a geode using an eco resin. So let's get to it. So I have a mold. This clock face mold is from Nicole on Nicole Molds, and I'm going to link them in the description below. But essentially it already has the embedded like sort of numbers, so that's handy. We are going to get started with this. I'm so excited. It's golden hour, the sun is in my face, and I love some winter sun. So we're going to be using mica powders. I have selected my colors. I've gone with 2 gold shades. I'm probably going to be using one more than the other, but we'll see how we get on. And then I've taken this pearlescent powder by Mrs. Colorberry, which is called Moonstone Blue. I have this carrot grey blue, and I have carrot midnight. And again, you could do these with any colors you want. This is just the palette that I have chosen. And I'm going to start off with the gold. So I'm thinking about how I want the design to flow. This is a geode, so it's going to have like a crystal-y section. And I think I want to have that kind of like diagonal through the clock. So I'm going to like kind of follow that pattern. So I'm going to start off with literally sprinkling some of this gold down. And I'm going diagonal like this. It just feels wrong sprinkling mica powders on a mold directly like this. Like, it just feels weird. Also, I am filming right now, and even though we are working with eco resin, I feel like you should still wear a mask because you don't want to be inhaling micas. But if I do that, you won't be able to hear me, so that's why I'm not wearing it. But please do as I say, not as I do. Okay. So I think that's fine to begin with. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this gold, just to sort of give a variation of color, because I kind of like to play with the colors of the same shade. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of that. I saw this technique a while ago, and unfortunately, and you know, you guys, like I always give credit to the person that I have seen use a technique that I tried, but honestly, it wasn't any of the channels I follow. It was a random video a while ago, and I couldn't find the creator, so forgive me. After the golds, I'm going in with the Moonstone Blue, and we're literally doing the same thing. Now with this one, I'm trying to go wider, so I'm trying to go more on like the sides of where the gold is. So we're kind of like increasing the pattern a little bit. So there's a little bit of overlap, but I am going wider. Okay, I think I'm happy with that amount. She says, and then she adds more. Okay, that'll do. Now I'm going to move on to the carrot grays. Blue gray, I think it is. I love this color. And then again, as I said, we're going wider. I haven't tried this technique previously, like I haven't tried it, and it's literally the first time I'm trying it with you guys, which is kind of common with most things I do on this channel. Like, we literally try it together, unless sometimes I'm like showing you guys something that I figured out as I've worked with art, and then I like share it with you guys. But usually it's just like stuff that we're trying together, and this is definitely one of them. So I do not know if this is going to work the way I expect it to. Okay, yeah, that'll do. I'm happy with that. Then we're going to go in with the darkest color, which is midnight blue. And like I said, you pick your palette. It would work on any color, obviously. So yeah. And if you've noticed, I just decided to go kind of light to dark on here. That's just the vibe I chose. I mean, like with most things in art, there isn't a lot of rules, so you do you. So already you can see I have like a super thick layer of micas on. I think I'm gonna stick with that. Next, we're gonna add some more texture. I'm gonna use actually some diamond dust to begin with. Again, please wear a mask when you're doing this. Don't do what I'm doing. So I'm just sprinkling that on around here. Not a lot, but a tiny bit. And then we're going to move on to some more crushed glass. I have a few varieties. So I have this smoky grayish one, I have a bit of the gold one, and I have a little bit larger mirrored one. So we're just gonna like go ahead and put some different kinds in there. At this point, this seems like a chuck it all in project, and I love those. I absolutely love those. Again, just giving this a good sprinkle. This is fun. If this turns out good, and if this turns out how I plan it to, I would be doing these a lot more because I'm having so much fun just like randomly putting stuff down. Some of these have gone a little bit too far than I want them to, so I'm just like pulling them in. And lastly, I'm going in with some of the mirrors. And these are significantly larger than the ones we've put down yet. Okay, I think I'm happy with that, and I'm going to mix up some of my Resin-Crete, which is what we're basically using for this project. If you haven't used Resin-Crete, I will tell you a little bit about it as I'm mixing it. If you don't know what Resin-Crete is, it is an eco resin, and I absolutely love this medium. It is so easy to use, and I always love how fast it is to cure, and then you can see the result just in a few minutes or in an hour max, and I'm very impatient, so I absolutely love that about it. It is a 1:3 ratio. You wait and then you add in your water. You can use it white, which is the natural color, or you can tint it, and I'm just going to be tinting it in 2 shades for this project. Okay, I have my Resin-Crete mixed up. I'm going to keep one of them the same natural color, which is white, and then to the other one I do want to add a pigment. So I'm going to use my Geode Officials pigments for Resin-Crete, and I'm going to add a drop of blue and a drop of black. I want like a very light bluey gray, if we can achieve that. Literally just added 1 drop each, and these colors are quite pigmented, so let's see how we get on with that. Actually, I might tint both. Okay, change of plans, we're going to tint both. And I think I want the light one to be this sort of gray color, and then I want to tint the other one a little bit more blue. I like that for the gray color. Now for this, 1 drop of the black and 2 drops of the blue, and let's see what we get. Also, let me know where you're watching from. I'm based in the UK. Are you in the UK? Are you watching me from abroad? Leave me a comment. Let me know where you watch me from. It's always exciting to know that you're watching me from an exotic country. Also, you know, feel free to leave me comments about what you want to see next on my channel, what you want me to do. You know, your feedback means everything. Okay, I am adding more pigments. I've added 2 more drops of blue, and I have added another drop of black. I want the colors to be quite pastel, but I do want some contrast in the 2 colors.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I did play around a lot with the colors, but finally I'm happy with what I wanted. I wanted like this slate gray with like a bluey hue, and we're finally there, and I love it. So I could choose which side I want, dark or light. I think I'm gonna go dark on this side and light on that side. So I'm gonna pour the 2 together and hope for the best. Give that a little tap and shimmy, and I'm going to leave this to cure. So I did have some of the darker Resin-Crete left over, and you know what that means? It means a bonus little something. So I immediately got out these 2 coaster molds, and I'm doing the same process really. I'm just putting down micas and putting down some of the crushed glass. I'm not using a lot of like the large ones, but yeah, literally the same process. And obviously because I only have the 1 color of Resin-Crete left, this is just going to be one tone. So yeah, but I'm excited. I love it when you get like a bonus project that you hadn't planned. Also, Sky is checking in to see if you have subscribed and ring the notification bell if you haven't. Okay, it's been about an hour. It is pitch dark outside, so unfortunately the lighting isn't great, but I cannot wait to unmold this and see how this has worked. So let's do it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, wow, you guys, I absolutely love how that looks. So the part of this process is that we kind of brush away the excess mica that we have, and this should take away all of the excess mica that we put on there. And as you can see, it's created like a lot of fun texture, a lot of like divots. I'm loving the look of this. This is super messy, and as I am taking away the mica, that crushed glass that we put on is getting revealed and it is looking stunning. Okay, I feel like an archaeologist.
You're an archaeologist, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna get a different brush and do this because I don't think this is the right one, and it's gonna take a while and it's getting super messy, and I might even put on my mask because literally it's flying everywhere, the micas. In the meantime, let me unmold these coasters that we made from the extras. It's always so fun when you have like leftovers and you get like a bonus project out of it. So let's do it. Here it goes. Love that. Again, we're gonna have to like scrape away to reveal stuff, but I'm loving that. It's rustic, it's beautiful. Love that vibe. I would have liked, you know, like how we have a distinct line going down this one? I don't think we have that in the coaster, and I would have liked that. But who knows, we might reveal some more as I kind of like scrape through the micas. Let's see what the other one looks like. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna get a different brush and when you guys close it down, and we're gonna brush away this, and I'm also gonna put my mask on. So after I have these properly brushed out, I'm going to leave these to air out, and then we're going to come and seal them the next day.
The next day.
So it's the next morning, and I'm just giving this a nice blow just to make sure that all of those micas are out of the way before I start to seal these. And I'm just using my handy little air blower to do just that. So for the sealing, I am using this acrylic sealer, again by Nicole Molds, or Boo and Nicole. And I have a little spongy sponge, and I'm just basically putting some on the sponge and vibing it across the surface and applying it that way. But I start off with the back, and then I will move over to the front once the back is dry. And I am going to go ahead and do a good couple of coats on this. Really easy to use product. Again, I do like the sealer a lot. I will leave you product links in the description. Now that the sealer is drying, I need to figure out clock hands, and I bring out my box of my clock bits. Don't ask me why I have so many. I don't know. Sometimes you need clock things. Anyway, I've chosen these hands, and they are black, and I obviously want gold. Obviously.
You've gotten a little too predictable, my friend.
But not to worry, I'm just going to give these a nice little spray paint, a couple of coats, and that'll do it. Once everything's dry, time to assemble the clock mechanism. I am using this cover for the clock mechanism, so I do need to secure that to the bottom, and I'm going to use some UV resin going around it to secure that cover. You could directly use the mechanism without the cover. I just think the cover, it just gives it a nicer feel and makes it more presentable in the back, but by all means it's unnecessary and you could do without it. Also, I don't know if you noticed, while the resin creep was still unset, I did go ahead and plonk in my little logo in there for it to be embedded, and of course I put it the wrong way up.
Are you a genius?
So yeah, fixing this with UV resin, and then once that's cured, I can come back and actually fix my hands and get this clock started. And here is what it is finally looking like. You guys, I love it. It is so rustic. I am in love with that texture. And you saw how easy this was. I mean, I was just sprinkling stuff. That was literally the tutorial. Me sprinkling stuff in a mold. And I love the outcome. It is so rocky and textury and sparkly all at the same time. And I love how organic it is, because when you're sprinkling, like, stuff goes everywhere and it's not like entirely neat, and I absolutely love it. I'm so going to be doing this on other things, maybe trays, trying different colors. Do leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this project. I absolutely loved creating this, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye! If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these too, so go check those out.